What is up, you guys? Ashley Cruz with Embracing the Uncertain coming back at you with 3 resume tips for your job search today. So for those of you that don't know, I used to work for LinkedIn, and when I transitioned away from LinkedIn, I did a side hustle of ghostwriting resumes. I've always loved talking to candidates. I've always loved to help people get out of their own way and to help them remove blocks. So resume writing was such a natural transition for me. And as I was writing resumes, I started noticing that there was a lot of mental blocks, mental things that people were coming up against when it came to writing their resumes. And so today I have 3 tips for you to help you get out of that space, 3 tactical, practical things to help you move forward in your job search. At the end of the day, my goal with these 3 tips for you is that you show up at the top of the list, not at the bottom, and that you get the job of your dreams. So let's get into it. The first tip that I have for you today is to do some research on what it is that you love. What are your passions? What would be a job that would light you up? This is kind of something that we talked a little bit about yesterday in my other IGTV story, but it's really about understanding what it is that you want from your next employer. What did you like about your previous jobs? What didn't you like? Maybe you can consider taking an Enneagram test or a StrengthsFinder test to really understand what you're strong at and maybe where some of those gaps are for you. You can use that information to help you narrow down and seek out positions that are a good match for you. So the biggest thing here and with this tip is that not doing the research only puts you stagnant in your career. It's likely that if you don't do the research, you're gonna sit back, second guess, not do what you're supposed to, and then you're gonna stay stuck in a job that you really don't like. Or worse, stay unemployed for even longer, or even worse than that, get a job that you actually don't really want after all of this stuff goes back to normal. So that's my first tip. Do the research, figure out what it is that your passions are, and then from there, go seek out those types of jobs on LinkedIn, on Indeed. The most beautiful thing about job postings is that they have this beautiful thing called a job description. And you can actually utilize the same keywords and terms that people post or the recruiters post in the job description and replicate that on your resume. So why is that important? Well, because most candidates are completely sifted out or filtered out before a recruiter even looks at their resume. The reason for that is because companies use something called an applicant tracking system. When you submit a resume, if your resume doesn't match a certain percentage of keywords on that job description, you're immediately filtered out. So you can get around that simply by looking at the job description and making sure that those keywords, the things that they're looking for, are on your resume somewhere, anywhere, and you're talking about how you did that. So this is such a great thing because it doesn't require you to think outside of the box. It doesn't require you to pull ideas out of thin air. It's literally on the job description already for you. It couldn't be any easier. Pull that stuff into your resume where it applies, and boom, you are automatically entered into the applicant tracking system, and a recruiter will likely reach out to you. So I know this to be true because I've worked with HR, I've worked with recruiters, and I know that their processes work like this. So start to do that and let me know how that works for you. So the third and final tip that I have for you is to seek out employers that light you up. Go look for the employers, the dream employers that you'd like to work for, and understand what it is that they are looking for. So if you're in Omaha, for example, you might seek out LinkedIn. You might seek out Flywheel. There's tons of incredible companies in Omaha. We have a great startup community, all of which are looking for talent. There is a huge talent scarcity when it comes to companies finding the right person. So you never know how qualified you are for something until you go seek it out. So go look at the companies, see what they are searching for, see what they are looking for in their candidates, take a look at their career pages on LinkedIn, take a look at their Glassdoor reviews, all of those things to help you inform yourself of whether or not you'd be a good fit there. Because at the end of the day, what you don't want is to get a job that's not gonna light you up at a company that really sucks the life out of you. That would be like the worst case scenario. I'd almost say that most people would rather be unemployed than show up at a job that feels like shit to them. So go do your research on the jobs, or on the employers rather. Go take a look at who is recruiting the top talent and understand what it is that they need or want from the potential employee. When you do these 3 things, your job search can explode. You can get interviews. You can start to really show up in a new way and an exciting way. But it requires you to show up and start putting in a little effort. So don't hold back. The sky is the limit. Go get what you want, because like I said yesterday, you have an incredible opportunity to recreate and pivot in your career like we've never seen before. You do not have to show up at the same type of job if it doesn't feel exciting to you. If it doesn't feel exciting to you to go back to the same type of job, find something else, do something different, even if it's a pay cut, because at the end of the day, your happiness is the most important thing, especially if you're gonna be spending 40 plus hours there a week. So I hope that you found this helpful. If you have questions, if you'd like to talk about this in a little bit more detail, I do have a free workshop happening on Friday, May 1st at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. During this time, we are talking all about belief and mindset and how fear plays into us going for the jobs of our dreams. You're going to walk away with practical tips to help you move fear out of the way so that you can go get the job of your dreams. I would love to support you in your journey. If you have questions or other content or things that you feel like are blocking you from getting the job that you want, please comment below. I would love to support you. I want to know what you guys are struggling with, and I just want you to know that this is possible. It is almost always going to work in your favor. If it doesn't work in your favor, it's probably because it wasn't meant for you, but I want you to just go back to trusting that you will get the job of your dreams. Trust that if you do the right steps and if it is in alignment with your highest truth and compassion, it is yours. It already is. You can declare it, you can decide it, and get your energy to that place where you know it is yours. So I appreciate you all so much. Give me a like, a comment, a follow, and I hope to see you next week. Registration link is in my bio, or you can DM me or in the comments below, wherever it is. I'll have it somewhere for you. And I hope to see you guys next week. Bye!